Alhamdulillah wahda wassalatu wassalamu ala man la nabiyya ba'da. Amma ba'du, fa'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wa idha marru bil laghwi marru kirama. Sadaqallahu al-azim. Respected viewers and listeners, we begin by praising Almighty Allah for the many favors Allah has bestowed upon us. Allah has given us a beautiful deen, and Allah Ta'ala has catered and granted us favors both spiritually and physically. We send salutations upon the greatest benefactor amongst creation, our beloved Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Continuing with our discussion on Ibadur Rehman, the favorite bondsmen of Almighty Allah, and the qualities of them defined by Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala in Surah Al-Furqan. Today we are doing the 14th program, and we are discussing the 11th quality. And Allah Ta'ala says with regard to the 11th quality, وَإِذَا مَرُّوا بِاللَّغْوِ مَرُّوا كِرَامًا, that the Ibadur Rehman are those that when they pass by futility, absurdity, wrong, they pass by with respect, dignity, and honorable avoidance. Subhanallah. What a beautiful quality. Just recall that in the previous quality, Allah Ta'ala had said that the Ibadur Rehman, they don't take part in zur. In zur, there were two meanings given. Zur means they do not give false testimony, and the one meaning was they don't take part in gatherings that are wrong. Here Allah Ta'ala says there are situations sometimes in the world that you pass by situations which are not correct. What do? You are not living in an island, you are not living in isolation, you are living in this world. So as part of it, what do you do with regard to passing by? Allah Ta'ala says if ever you have to pass by, you pass by with honorable avoidance and respectful distance. The word lahu la'ib is constantly made mention in the Holy Quran. The ulama have given the meaning. Lahu is that deed which takes you away from greater priorities. It might be a priority, it might be some need, but it takes you away from something more important. La'ib is worse than that. La'ib means something that has no benefit whatsoever. And here Allah has used la'ib. And la'ib means something that is pure futility, no benefit, neither in this world, neither in the year after. So Allah Ta'ala says that Ibadur Rehman, they pass by with honorable avoidance. Abdullah ibn Masud radiallahu ta'ala, one day passed such a gathering, and he passed by with it, staying away from it with honorable avoidance. When Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came to know about it, Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam called him Kareem, the respectful one. And therefore Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has also said in a hadith, min husn al-Islam al-mar'i tarkahu ma la ya'nihi. The beauty of a person's Islam is he stays away from things that are of no benefit whatsoever. That is the beauty of a person's Islam. And while doing so is very important, we don't pass judgment on other people. At the end of the day, we do it because of our own sake, our own values, our own ethics. Otherwise, passing judgment, Allah Ta'ala says, فَلَا تُزَكُّوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. Don't praise yourself. Don't show Allah how pious you are. هُوَ أَعْلَمُ. He knows fully well who has taqwa, who doesn't have taqwa. So the Ibadur Rehman, the great servants of Allah, the favorite servants and bondsmen of Allah Ta'ala, they are those that when they pass by futility, absurdity and wrong, they pass by with honorable and respectful distance and avoidance. Now let us continue with the 12th quality. وَالَّذِينَ إِذَا ذُكِّرُوا بِآيَاتِ رَبِّهِمْ لَمْ يَخِرُّوا عَلَيْهَا سُمًّا وَعُمْيَانًا. The Ibadur Rehman, when they are reminded about the signs and the verses of Allah and the commands of Allah, they don't fall down or they don't carry on as if they are blind or they are deaf. They pay heed to it. They show respect to it. They reflect upon it with the intention of making amal. This is a very important point, because many a times as human instinct, whenever someone tells us something, which is good, which is beneficial, which is right, there is an instinctive reaction, who are you to tell me? Now that is not the way of the Ibadur Rehman. When he is reminded about the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he is told about that this is what Allah ta'ala says, he reflects upon it with the intention of practicing upon it. He doesn't behave as if he is not in need with regard to it. No, and that is an important point with regard to it. Therefore, one day Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was asked, Ya Rasulullah, is it pride? Is it pride for someone to wear good clothes? So Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, no. Inna Allah Jameel yuhibbul Jamal. Allah Ta'ala is beautiful, Allah is graceful, Allah Ta'ala is elegant, Allah is even more than that. And Allah loves beauty, grace and elegance. To wear good clothes is not wrong. As long as it doesn't make you proud in itself. Sometimes you can wear something and then you can become proud. But in itself, because it is pure, it is graceful, it is elegant, there is nothing wrong. But then Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, pride is batrul haq wa ghamtun nas, to disdain the truth and to look down upon people. Right? Allah Ta'ala says, وَلَا تُسَعِّرَ خَدَّكَ لِلنَّاسِ, don't look down upon people. And disdaining the truth is one point of pride and arrogance. When someone tells you something, don't disdain it. Don't look down upon it. Don't reject it. Look at it in terms of, let me think about it. Let me reflect upon it. If it is to do with me, the cap fits, I will wear it. And if the cap doesn't fit, I will say that it doesn't belong to me. Allah Ta'ala's shukr, Allah Ta'ala's fazl, I don't have that particular type of quality. And in this particular regard, there can be no better example than the example of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. That when Nabi Karim Allah Ta'ala in the Holy Quran says, إِذْ قَالَ لَهُ رَبُّهُ أَسْلِمْ, when Allah Ta'ala told him, submit. Sometimes just think about this. Submit. And if besides Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, if anyone else in this world could have said, Ya Allah, what submission you want from me? You told me to leave my home and I did so. You told me to leave my wife and child in a barren desert, I did so. You told me to slaughter and sacrifice my son, I was prepared to do so. What more sacrifice you want from me? But when Allah Ta'ala told him, Aslim, O Ibrahim, submit. Immediately Allah Ta'ala says in Surah Baqarah, what did Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam say? Aslamtu li Rabbil Alameen. I submit to the Lord of the worlds. And that is the way of the Ibadur Rehman. That when the signs of Allah Ta'ala are mentioned to them, they do not disdain it. They do not carry on as if they are blind or they are deaf. They accept it. So this is with regard to the signs of Almighty Allah and the Ibadur Rehman. Two qualities we made mention today. When they pass by absurdity and futility, they do so with respectful avoidance. And the second thing is, when the signs of Allah and the ayats of Allah are mentioned before them, they do not carry on as if they are blind or deaf. May Allah give us a tawfiq of understanding. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.